Tune time.
Really?
Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Arizona Wildcats, taking on the 10th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. Oh, he's going to go for the return. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Made some connection. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll go with a direct snap. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll give it to him again. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally tough.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. They want to run this quarterback. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. Trying to run it in. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Powers forward. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's dragged down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down here for the offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Moffitt. He's got his man. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Now you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
From the gun, running back on the move. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's running in the open. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because, Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
The proverbial rabbit out of the hat. Getting out of the Houdini-like blocks. Calling reverse and trickeration. And it worked.
It does, and it's frustrating because defensively you're thinking run, and you're playing aggressive, and on that backside, man, you got to stay home. You got to be alert. You got to do your job. When you don't, here comes the reverse. Here comes the touchdown.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
God, that's fucked up.
Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy, and it seems like every year they rotate so many guys that are so highly recruited, so good. Just great players. They're always big and strong and fast and physical, and they get after your quarterback.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball in 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So, tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work.
That's the end of the first quarter. Your time is set.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to it. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was
not
all
in the guard.
over
That's
him
fat
right after the
motherfucker.
snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Offense gets set for 2nd down.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you was just trying to have him that tight end to block.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
Nah, I feel that.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed in the middle. It's locked. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Moffitt. Throws to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Well, he was trying to get his feet down. You saw a little toe tap action there, but ultimately it ends up being an incompletion.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The give to the tailback. Fights off a defender. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Now, fourth down.
I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Wide out in motion. Direct snap. Looking for room at the 40. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41?
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
And the Wildcats look to keep this drive humming. Leaves it with the back. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
On first and goal, let's see what Arizona does. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that is just what you want. You get a first and goal situation defensively, and you can get a sack and get a good loss, put them out of an easy running situation. Nice job by the defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Lets it fly. Give him 6. Touchdown, Arizona.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
14, Clemson, 7.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense.
They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way.
6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Oh, he gets downfield for the big catch. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Quick release on the RPO. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You can flex him out.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back, and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Arizona sending the offense onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. From the gun, give on the inside. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. They'll immediately call timeout.
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight, they wanted to force feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the running game and be the more physical team in the trenches. You turn around and give this guy the ball, good things generally happen, and we've seen that over the course of this game.
The Wildcats pick up the first down. Tempo and overdrive. Off the play fake on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On second down, wants to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll throw one to his right. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Snap it to the back. Hard running there. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's going to pass on second down. Using his legs to buy some time. Takes a hit as he fires. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with the relentless chase. I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Arizona will kick off to get the second half underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second.
He is smashing people. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to throw. Going for it all. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception, you turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is an absolute disaster to start the second half.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defense.
Going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And now on second down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Moffitt. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
And you want these guys that can take the top off the defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Irvin. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to looking deep down the right side. And the ball is picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Handoff to the lone back. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
He lets it fly. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Looking to throw, it's Moffitt. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Give to the back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone. Makes the grab. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Slams ahead. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
From the 3-yard line, they'll try it again on 3rd and goal.
Looking downfield, it's Moffitt. Fires into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the kick is good, and guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Irvin. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes the offense on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a 1st down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. And after 3, the game is tied.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Arizona. They move on top here in the 4th.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field, treating him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Number 14, set to kick off.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Fast motion from the offense. They go to the ground. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. To the air, it's Moffitt. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He gets a block. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Wildcats. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to throw, it's Moffitt. Quickly to the tight end. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
This is an offense that obviously practices 2-minute situations, but they're not executing it right now, and I don't like the play call. You got to be throwing to the sticks, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines so guys can get out of bounds.
They're facing a third down.
Gorilla! Get set! Tuna!
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Arizona.
Now on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's run. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
They're trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter. Their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. You know, the entire concept of the play-action fake is to slow down the rush. Didn't work.
No, they didn't bite on it, which was great defense. They didn't bite on it. They knew it wasn't a run, played pass, continued to get to the quarterback and get the quarterback on the ground.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. To the air, it's Moffitt. It's complete to the right. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got it set up on the outside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
So the offense trying to get the screen pass to the running back and get him out into space to do some damage, but the defense not having it. No gain on that play.
This offense has a second down play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
dialing up a second down pass play. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field.
Cut, cut, cut. Griffin. Pilot.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And this offense is trying to make something happen. You're down later in the game, but this defense is having none of it. 2 sacks in a row.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. How about that defense? Right.
Good game, bro.